Good evening and welcome. I'm Molly Grantham. We can all take things for granted, whether we mean to or not. And sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's taken away. Such is the case for Robert Beard, who works for the Statesville Police Department. 7 months ago, 95% of his tongue had to be removed because of cancer. But the even more outrageous thing in this case is how doctors created a new one for him with the brilliance of medical technology. He sat down with our Alex Giles tonight. And Alex, I'd normally say you spoke with Robert. Is Robert able to speak? Well, tonight there was a tweet, and it landed powerfully to those of us in Charlotte. It was from the captain. 10 years later, these are the things that stay with me, wrote Captain Sully Sullenberger. The professionalism of the crew and air traffic controllers, the cooperation of passengers, the bravery of the rescuers and first responders, and the enduring love of my family, and I celebrate them every day. Celebrate because they are alive to do so. Today is the 10th anniversary of the miracle on the Hudson, and Captain Sullenberger landed American Airlines Flight 1549, heading from New York to Charlotte on the icy waters of the river, only 5 minutes after taking off and getting into trouble with geese. 155 people were on board. You know the story. Many lived right here. The 5 flight crew members got every man, woman, and child off, helping them stand on the wings of the plane as the frozen water lapped at their feet. All of America watched, not knowing if that plane would sink or they'd be saved in time. Every single person was saved. For those of us in Charlotte, the perspective this feel-good story brought meant something. Remember what was going on in early 2009. As many have reflected on today, we were in the middle of the financial meltdown. Jobs were being lost, homes were being foreclosed on, and just 2 weeks earlier, Charlotte lost part of its identity as Banktown. Wachovia was taken over by Wells Fargo. That was all happening 10 years ago tonight, and then we got to focus on a miracle.
Good morning, Charlotte!
Woo! Yes!
What a good crowd we have out here. 15,000 plus of us in Uptown Charlotte. We are near Bank of America Stadium under the skyline. It's a really cool morning. It's been 90 degrees this year for the 22nd annual Coleman Charlotte Race for the Cure. But this morning it is perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Race for the Cure!
Well, new tonight, Jamie, the 5th and final part of our week-long stories of powerful, strong breast cancer survivors in our community, and this one might stun you the most. Maureen Andrassy is a South Charlotte mom. She's also a doctor, and she postponed her own mammogram and almost missed her own cancer.
When he got word of what had happened on his campus this afternoon, a shooting that ended 2 lives and injured 4 others, he quickly turned around and made it back to Charlotte and held this news conference just a few moments ago with the Governor Roy Cooper.
We were just saying how tough that must be to get on the plane, to head out away from your college, and then to find out that your university had a shooter where 2 people are dead, as Jamie said, 4 hurt, and 3 of those 4 remain in critical condition. The last we had heard from the UNC Charlotte Police Chief, Jeff Baker, he was saying they were still notifying all of the families and they were not going to release names until all 6 people who had been hit had their families notified, which is a very respectable thing to do. We also learned more disturbing information about the shooter, who, take note, we are not naming. He's certainly part of the story, but he's not the focus. The focus is what police said he did and the lives he irrevocably changed. Carowinds has released brand new video of its newest roller coaster. Should we take a ride, Alex?
Yeah, let's do it. Going up.
Whoa.
Take the turn. Barrel roll.
Back.
Looping up.
This is on
this
Carowinds'
way?
social media accounts of what Copperhead Strike looks like from the rider's perspective. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
The double launch coaster has a top speed of 50 miles per hour and has 5 inversions. You can't stop watching it. Woo. This is one of those stories that could have stayed swept under the rug. A Charlotte music teacher killed himself last summer, soon after police began investigating him for having an inappropriate relationship with a student. Because he was gone, the case closed. Yet, there is still a 6-year-old girl who said he touched her. 6-year-olds can make things up. Was there ever a point that you thought, really, is this true?
I think in the beginning we worried that maybe she had misunderstood something, but as the story progressed and as her details never wavered, we realized that this wasn't something that was innocent.
It sounded like fireworks. At least that's what the dad we talked with tonight says. That he and his wife and their 4 kids under the age of 6 were in their home minding their own business when they suddenly realized bullets were flying in through their house. Breaking news right now, surveillance video just released of the most recent killer in Charlotte. Tonight, there is a huge reward for his arrest.
He just killed our heart. We don't even know what to say right now.
Yeah, that robber targeted a clerk in West Charlotte who was a husband and father, a man who went to mosque every Friday and loved playing soccer with his son. And tonight, his devastated family is talking with us. Thank you for being here. I'm Molly Grantham. This man was just doing his job, as he had done regularly every night for years, when a robber with a ski mask came in early this morning waving a gun. Tonight, people gathered to remember him, Ishmael Doumbia, at that Shell gas station on Freedom Drive where he worked for 17 years. WBTV's Christy O'Connor was at that vigil tonight. She is now live at CMPD headquarters. Christy, this gas station is near WBTV News. Many of us remember his smiling face. You have more of that surveillance video tonight of who police say they're looking for, correct? Well, this began tonight with a post on Reddit, a popular social network. We saw a picture of a hand-knit scarf on a statue in Uptown Charlotte with a note that read, "I am not lost. This is for you if you need it." Who would do such a kind thing, we wondered. So we posted the photo and asked. You guys responded and helped us tonight to track down the woman behind this gesture. Our Alex Giles talked with her, and maybe even more surprising isn't that this one woman is doing it, but Alex, you discovered the act of leaving scarves around town is a very real thing. With the help of Charlotte-based charity Dream On 3, these kids organized a VIP surprise. I was honored to be asked to help unveil it. Your junior dream team has planned every single thing I'm about to say. Yeah. Yes. Ryan communicates and processes things differently than other kids. Standing here in front of the whole crowd was a big deal in itself, let alone what he was about to hear. Tomorrow morning, do you know what happens for you?
What?
Well, you don't need to come to school, first of all. Secondly, you get to go to Charlotte Motor Speedway and ride privately with Bubba Wallace. One of the NASCAR drivers right now is doing really well this year. He's waiting for you to get in his car with him, and you and Bubba have an entire private Charlotte Motor Speedway dream come true. New right now, Kevin Josie is a student at North Iredell High School. People shout his name in hallways. You might as well call him the president of the school. Here's what we're going to do, Kevin. We're going to give you a really big surprise. Kevin gets news. His sports dream is about to come true thanks to Dream On 3. You're going to go to Chapel Hill and meet Coach Williams and all the players and shoot some hoops in the Dean Dome. His dream starts now. Many of you know and love Cassidy Hooper. This Southwest Charlotte girl was born with no eyes and no nose. And we first met Cassidy when she was only 11 years old. Tomorrow, amazingly, she is going to be graduating Central Piedmont Community College. We've been following her for over a decade. Her journey of overcoming every obstacle has inspired us all. And Ron Lee got to catch up with Cassidy tonight. He joins us live. Ron, you and I have both worked here a long time and have had handfuls of fantastic stories. This is just another one in her really incredible journey. We end tonight with an uplifting update about one of our Molly's kids. 8-year-old Christopher Teams from Gaston County was recently told by his doctors his chemo for his brain tumor wouldn't work anymore. When we talked about this weeks ago, one of you, an anonymous angel, came forward. You didn't want your identity known, but you lent your beach house at North Myrtle Beach to Christopher's family for a free week. And look at this picture. Jeez. Tonight, Christopher is back. Allie received 2 separate bags of stem cells, so now the trick is to see how long it will take for her body to start reproducing its own healthy cells. Once that happens, she will be able to go home. So please keep us updated. We know, I hope you know that we love you, Allie. These are also, guys, look at that. That's a picture her dad sent as well today. Those are the stem cells.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And that was right before she had the surgery.
Wow. We're rooting for you.
We love following your journey, and thank you for letting us follow it with you. What is news to you? On WBTV News at 11 o'clock, we know you're in bed ending your day or doing what needs to be done before getting your family up to start again. Maybe at 11 you're working, closing up shop, or a teacher grading papers. Or maybe you're in a 24-hour shift, keeping eyes on our city that never really sleeps, a police officer, a firefighter, or maybe you're a nurse watching over our littlest of warriors. Point is, we're all in our own lives, but we all live here. And at 11 o'clock, we give you what matters. Our team isn't doing stories you quickly forget. Our team is telling stories. You remember them because they're about all of us. Real words, because news is real life, and you trust us to get it right. So that's our promise to you. We're on your side, no matter who you are, with Charlotte's best and most trusted 11 o'clock team. There are a lot of ways to report news, but nobody does it like WBTV News at 11.